I was expecting continuation from this very point to the downside, and that is the exact same thing we are seeing at this very moment. So the question is, a lot of persons are expecting this very market to come back down into the $70,000. Of course, it may not just crash into $70,000. It may just, go down, move upward, and then go down, move upward, and finally move into that $70,000. A lot of persons are also expecting that the market go into 65K, 60K. I even see prediction of $50,000. So I don't believe that, and that is my personal opinion. But what I am now looking at on price action right now, since we are now seeing this very continuation as expected, my take on this very price action is that this very move is not going to be sustained. What that means is it's not going to last long, okay, compared to what we see from here all the way to this very point. I don't think we're going to see exact same thing here as well. I believe that the market is going to begin to bounce off this very weekend, and that is very, very important. So that is why I am expecting this very market coming down, find support within this very area right here, okay, of $80,000, and within this very area as well, where the market is approaching right now of $83,000. So I want to see the market still come back down a little bit into this very point of $83,000 and $80,000, and then we should see a bounce from this very area to the upside. That is my personal opinion on price action right now. And I've talked about worst case scenario on price action as well, and I said if the market crash back down, then I'm looking at the market come into this very area of $75,000. That is my worst case scenario for Bitcoin. That means we can see the market come back into this area, bounce off a little bit, and then come back into this very point, and then the final move all the way to the upside. Because I believe that the bottom is already in between this very point of $75,000 and this very area of $93,000. Within this very point, in my opinion, is the bottom for Bitcoin, and then from here market is going to begin to move upward. I don't see the market going below $75,000 per Bitcoin in the next coming days, weeks, and months. I don't see that. I see a bottom within this very point, and market should move all the way to the upside after this bottom, and that is what I am now looking at right now. So on the immediate short term, look at the market move into this point, and then we should see a bounce off, especially into the weekend. This very move should end before the next move to the upside, and that is very, very important. Pay attention to that. And if you come to the price of ETH, you discover that ETH is also coming back down in form of a continuation move from this very standpoint all the way to the downside. And I also look at the market coming back down a little bit on the price of ETH from where it is right at this very point to the downside. And this is very, very important, because once ETH begin to bounce off, which I believe that this very move, this continuation move we are seeing right now is not strong, market is going to definitely bounce upward as well. So from here, on the price of ETH, still expect the market to come back down, okay? From where it is right now, still expect market to come back down into this very area of 2,600. That is 2,600, 2,500, and then we should see a bounce up to the upside. And I also believe that the bottom for ETH for this very drop that we've been seeing for the past months have ended between this very area of $3,300 and this very area of $2,100. So within this very area is the bottom, and market is going to begin to move upwards. So you may disagree with me that this is not the bottom yet, and that we will begin to see even much lower lows. Personally, I am not expecting much lower lows on price action. What I am expecting from this very area is new highs. That means after this very bottom, I want to see the market begin to move upward and create new highs and new all-time high on the price of ETH. This is what I am now looking at on price action on Bitcoin and on ETH. I am very optimistic that the market is going to reverse this month, next month, January in 2026, and then the market will begin to move upward in the coming months. That is what I am now focusing on right now on price action. If you look at the price of SUI-USDT, still 1-day chart, you discover that the market is also coming back down in continuation. See the market from here come back to the downside, and then we see this retracement from this very point. So this is a continuation move in line with what the market has been doing in the past weeks and months. So if this continuation should continue to the downside, then that means we should see the market begin to move down as well, just like the market is coming back down right now. So my expectation is that the market is still going to come back down a little bit on the price of SUI, but we need to pay attention to this very area of important support at this very point. This support is very, very important because market coming back down from here into this support is a good point to bounce from, because we've seen a bounce from this very point, support right here, we have another support at this very point, and then market can come back down, okay, find support here, and then begin to move upward. That is what I am looking at right now on price action. So pay attention to the market coming back down. Of course, the market is going to come back down into this very area, possibly grab liquidity a little bit downward to this very price level of 1.17, and then market will move upward. That is my personal opinion. And one important thing on this very sweet price action is if we see the market break above this very high right here, okay, once we see a close that is higher than this very price of 1.70 on the price of SUI, it means that this trend have completely changed. That is what I am looking at. Once we see a breakout here within this very point of 1.70, then that means the trend to the downside have completely changed, and the market is going to begin to bounce upward. The same thing on the price of ETH as well. Once the market begin to move upward, okay, and then we see the market move above this very area of 3,300 within this very point and create a new high and a new close higher than this very point, then that is the beginning, okay, of an aggressive move to the upside. And that also means that the trend to the downside, that is the bearish trend, have ended for the next move to the upside. The same thing for the price of Bitcoin. Once we see the market from this very point move upward, and we see a breakout of this very area right here, okay, then it also means that the movement to the downside from the bears have ended, and the market is going to begin to move upward from this very point. So these are critical areas you need to pay attention to, in as much as I believe that the bottom have come into the market right now. What we need to see is a creation of a new high higher than this. Once that is satisfied in the next coming days and weeks, then I'll be very sure that the market is going to definitely create a new all-time high on the price of Bitcoin, ETH, and a lot of other coins out there. Now, for pioneers, something very important on the price of Pi right here. Look at this very point. Is it that the market come back down to this very area? And right now, we saw a little bit of pump, okay, few weeks ago from this very point. You see the market move upward from here, okay, and then come back down into the same area at this very area. So if I extend this to this very point, you discover that market is at the same point again where the market moved from in the past at this very area. So if that is the case, that market moved from this very point, okay, to the upside, come back down, move upward, and then come back down again to the same point, I believe that the market also have greater possibility, 80% possibility of moving upward again from this very area. And that is what I'm expecting. So if you're a pioneer, you're mining Pi, or you have some Pi in your portfolio, I think that the markets can just move a little bit, but the chance of market moving upward right now from this very point is 80%, okay, to the upside, and that is very, very important. So for pioneers, we've seen that the price of Pi have really crashed all the way to the downside. Look at the price right now, 0.20 cents. Okay, that is a drastic drop, okay, but market is going to move from here, okay, to the upside, and that is what I'm expecting right now. So to be very precise about the price, this very point of 0.20, okay, and this very area right here of 0.19. Within this very zone, expect the market to move upwards. So 0.20 to this very area of 0.19. Okay, pay attention to it. Market should from here move to the upside. That is what I'm expecting right now on the price of Pi. So for Pi, in the next coming days, I'm bullish from here upward. And if you come to coin bubbles, it is covered that a lot of coins are coming back down, and we've seen just few tokens that are actually making some move to the upside, but that is not the problem. Look at Easter here, negative 8.3% all the way to the downside. And if you look at the price of Easter, it is covered that the market has really dropped all the way to the downside. So if I look at Easter here, see Easter USDT, it is called that the price of this very token has really come all the way to the downside, negative 8% in the last 24 hours. That is a significant drop, of course, because we've not seen that much drop. If you look at it right here, I think it's taking one of the big parts of this very drop all the way to the downside. Easter is taking this, and this is on 24 hours. So if you come back here and look at this very price right now, it is covered that it is actually dropping all the way to the downside. Of course, this is a native token of an exchange. Okay, so if this is a native token of an exchange, then we can say that the market have greater chance of moving downward. Maybe there is a unlock coming on board. I believe so, because it cannot just be crashing all the way to the downside. I believe there is an unlock for Easter coming very soon, and if you've been considering buying Easter, I also think right now is not the best time. Allow the unlock to take place, okay, and then afterward, if you feel it's a good token for you, you can then buy after doing proper research. So still expect the market to come back down a little bit into this very area of 0.61 and 0.50. Then from this very area, market is going to begin to move upward because of that unlock or perceived unlock. And if you come to coin market cap, you discover that the global crypto market cap have dropped below $30 trillion again. The fear and greed index yesterday was very bad at 11, and right now we've seen a little bit of push upward to 25. The altcoin index still very low, and the average crypto RSI is still within the oversold condition. All of these parameters need to be increased for optimism to come back to the market as expected, and this is what you have to pay attention to right now. If you come to coin bubbles, you discover that a lot of coins are not doing well, okay, especially most of the popular coins that we all know are not doing well right now. We've just seen very little ones actually coming up, and one of the coins that people are not really paying attention to is BCH, that is Bitcoin Cash, and it has done very well in the past months and even up to 1 year. So these are the things you need to pay attention to right now on your price action to be in the right direction of the market. If you come to our Telegram channel, you discover I post this, that was yesterday. What is your take on crypto by December 31st? Is it bearish? Is it bullish? So we see bearish, bullish, and then you see that people are very bearish on crypto right now. People are really talking about market coming all the way to the downside, and there is no hope for market moving up right now, okay, based on the situation surrounding the market and all of those stuff. But I think from good investing standpoint that when people are very bearish, especially when people are extremely bearish about the market, that is the best time to begin to dollar cost average your position. Let's say, for example, Bitcoin right now is at 86. Okay, so if you have like $1,000 that you want to invest in Bitcoin, you put maybe $100 right there, or 200, leave the other 800, and then if it dump again to 70, you buy again with another 200. If it dump again to 50, you buy again. And you see, before market dump like that to into far away extreme fear and bounce up, even though it bounce up to where you buy or bought the third time, you discover that you should be in profit already from that mathematical calculation. And you don't wait for the market to move to all-time high before you begin to invest. That is a very amateur style of investing. So what do you think about the
price of crypto by the end of December, this very month 2025 at 31st? Do you believe it's going to be bullish? That means it's going to go above what we enter the month with at 1st of December? Or do you think it's going to remain bearish? It's going to be below what we see the price at 1st of December? Comment below in the comment section of this very video. And if you want to join this channel, it's a free channel. We receive signal, update, on-chain data, minimum. Join right now. Link in the description of this very video and also in the pinned comment. It is a free Telegram channel. Join right now. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.